Very much for giving us the time. We've heard a lot about the human-elephant conflict here in Assam and the Eastern Himalayas. In terms of conflict resolution, what are the big challenges as you see them? What's working and what's not working?
Of course, challenge is getting much bigger every day, also because of the population of the elephant on increase. Same thing with the population also. So the conflict is not lessening is on the rise, but the conflict has to be resolved. And for that also, you see, we have already provided about 60 lakhs also. We have a consultation with those who are expert on the field. So that how to resolve. The one good thing in Assam also, they worship our animal. Nowhere in the world, nowhere in the country also, even in the country also. You see, people of Assam, they worship animal, so the people are very tolerant, that's one. But we have to see the interest of the book, to safeguard the interest of these human beings. And at the same time, we have to take care of the animal also. So how the corridor has been enclosed or the reduced also. Habitation also has been fragmented because of sometimes enclosure. Sometimes some insurgency activities also, they destroyed the whole habitat also. So we have to create awareness and media also. And we have to provide better agricultural facilities, more productivities, so that they can also part away certain areas for their habitation or the corridor of this what you call elephants. And the government has to play active roles by paying them compensation. So that is our strategy now.
Do you have any particular worries about the success of the policies? I mean,
now we have also, I have seen also, people are also they have realized also the problems are there. And we are trying to educate them also. But at the same time, we have to see that the means of the livelihood is not hampered. On the other hand, we have to provide better education, skill, what you call training, vocational training. Certain areas we can go even for fisheries also. The pattern of agriculture or the pattern of the livelihood also has to be changed. If you go on changing, there is a what you call scope for coming some sort of a solution.
To what extent do you see the securing of elephant corridors as being a solution in their own rights to the human-elephant conflict? And what's your state's commitment here in Assam to ensuring the welfare of Asian elephants and their migratory needs?
That problem is there. You see, migratory is also there. So we have to utilize the latest technology also, GPS, see. Then sometime we have to create maybe I don't know, expert will work. Some corridor has to be again created for them also. Some new corridor also. How to do it, I don't know. Because certain areas has already been enclosed. So you have to find out the alternative corridors. How to do it, of course, I'm not expert. I want to involve all these expert people. That's why all this conference has been convened. And my local expert here, and the local people, stakeholders.
And how do you reconcile the growing needs of people and their livelihoods here in Assam with the increasing needs and pressures on the Asian elephants and on their ancestral land? How does one set about trying to reconcile those different needs?
Yes, the needs are more. The number of elephants has been on increase. The people number also, and they are also want to improve their better standard of living also. That's why, you see, we have provided we have to divert them from the agriculture to other areas also. Some maybe agriculture, some vocational training, some what you call cottage industries. medium industries, so that people, instead of depending too much on agriculture, you see, where you require much more land areas, if you convert them, or you can provide that type of training or the means of livelihood, yes, certain areas can be part of it for the habitation of this, what you call elephants. Habitation for the that has to be some change of means of livelihood has to be. We have to change for it.
Pragmatism is required.
Pragmatism is required, that's true.
The Kazaranga Wildlife Sanctuary, which you talked about today briefly, is a superb conservation and wildlife story internationally. It's a great success in many ways.
Yeah.
And as the Chief Minister of Assam, and a man with obviously a very deep understanding of your state's resources, socially as well as economically, what new initiatives are you planning to implement for the benefit of the Asian elephant that can be a further example of best practice that will make a difference, and with measurable objectives that the rest of India and the world can be inspired by?
If you have that, what you call Asian, that secretariat, if you have, because it's not a problem confined to Assam. It's not only confined with India, so it's confined with our neighboring countries also. So we have to resolve all this problem of conflict between human or the animal in complete, what you call, with coordinations and their experience, so that we have to work together in order to solve the problem.
And is there any particular announcement that you are planning to make about this?
No, definitely I want to have involvement of not only even ASEAN, we want to have even international body also. And we are going to have a secretariat here also. We will provide sufficient fund also. Because this is one of the most serious problems that we have been, Assam has been facing. So definitely we will have a separate, one is of course the Secretariat, ASEAN, that body also. Then also my government will also fully coordinate it, provide sufficient fund so that this conflict can be resolved, and it should be one of the example for others also.
This is a tremendously exciting and positive initiative that you are announcing.
Yeah. So definitely, because that's why this conference will definitely conference which is discussing about conflict about the human or this elephant is going to help me also, and they will be my, what you call, they will guide us also, and their experience and our experience will make a common efforts.
Well, it's another success story in the making, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. In fact, Assam also, in conservation, our performance is also good, because of our good performance, good conservation, number has increased also. But that performance also creating problem for me also. But problems do some arise, but it has to be resolved also. And I am quite confident with the cooperation of all the experts bodies, with the better knowledge, this conflict can be resolved to a great extent.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.